What is up, you guys? My name is Fernando, and this is my co-host,
Austin.
And we are Team Talk.
We're an international sports and United States coverage show for news and all types of sports.
Now, today we will be covering a couple of things such as golf, hockey, and even plane crashes.
Okay, so today USA plays Canada in the Four Nations face-off, which I think it would be considered the final for the tournament. Essentially replacing the All-Star break for the NHL. It was starting as a pool play for 4 different nations: Sweden, Finland, the USA, and Canada. In the game the other day, there were 3 fights before the game even started. It was in the first 9 seconds.
Hold on, before you keep going, tell me, what were your thoughts when you saw those fights break out?
I saw them essentially only on Twitter. So, I wasn't watching the game live. I don't know if that makes me a worse American, but...
No. Because the way I saw it was TikTok, and it was unbelievable. That first 9 seconds was insane, and I feel like, especially if you're not a hockey fan, you're going to find that entertaining. Anybody's going to stop and pull their phones out and watch a fight. So, to me, I'm not familiar with the game, but that seeing that happen the first 9 seconds was absolutely insane.
You liked it.
I liked it.
I didn't like it.
I
didn't like it.
I know U.S. and Canada are facing off tonight, but it's something I could definitely see myself getting into. So I just kind of want to see your perspective on that and see.
I did not like it. It made it so terrible. I don't know. I feel like that's why you play the games. You play the games, but hockey's a whole different sport. Fighting is a part of the game, kind of. So,
it is a part of the game.
I guess set the tone, but to me it was, really weird. It was bro, can we just play the game? Can we just play hockey?
What I heard about that was that they were booing before the game even started. Each team had a national anthem, and that's what initiated the fights as soon as the bell rang.
The game the other night, that's not today, was in Canada, I'm pretty sure. I don't know where tonight's game is.
And you were telling me something earlier today about...
The Toronto Raptors game.
Toronto Raptors. Tell me a little bit more about that.
A couple weeks ago, they were booing the USA anthem, which, I don't know. I'm not some nationalist. They probably have freedom of speech too, so let them do it. I don't know.
That's insane.
I guess, but what if your country was going to get taken by somebody? Just... mine now? Nah.
Yeah,
you'd feel the same way.
I wouldn't let it slide either, though.
You'd be booing. You'd be booing.
So speaking of Toronto, there has been a plane crash this past week. I forgot how many members were on board, but I know that Delta, which is a flight that crashed, or the airline that was involved, is now offering $30K to each passenger on the flight. I don't think $30K is...
That's almost laughable measure.
It is laughable measure. I don't think any life is worth $30K. But some people don't have that kind of money, so they're just gonna.
You accept. What are you gonna deny it?
You could
can't deny that money. What?
I'm taking their asses to court.
Or maybe
that's the thing, because you're gonna have what? How many passengers were on there? I'm gonna say roughly 100 plus were on there with them.
I heard that everyone on the plane was fine.
Everybody. Did you not see the video though? We'll place a video right here. Boom. Right there. Care if you lived or whatever, you're giving me a bag, dude.
This is not the first one that's happened.
No, so
planes
far
falling out of the sky either.
It's only February 20th, and there has been 87 aviation crashes this year, January 2025. There was
You're a
60.
thesaurus. That's a good stat. That is a good stat.
Yeah, there's been 20 already in the month of February. But
okay, the planes falling out of the sky brings up a major problem when it comes down to the 2026 World Cup, as most every game is played in a different regional area in the tournament, and there's going to be a lot of infrastructure needed to support such a tournament, getting people to the games whenever they want to go, or it's going to be more than just a national travel day. It's going to be a worldwide type of thing. So I don't know if we're ready necessarily, but
I don't know. There's a lot of fans all over the world. I think this is just an awkward moment in time. I think eventually we'll get over it. But there's also the 2028 Olympics that we are hosting in LA I forgot what I was going to say. Holy shit.
They're the Summer Olympics, so do you think that the weather recently has been coming into play with everything, with all the plane crashes?
I don't know necessarily. I couldn't really tell you, but I know like a lot of people thought like when LA was having the wildfires and all that, that was all plotted out for them to make room essentially for intentionally for like, you know, tourists.
So you think people are just dropping planes out the sky, or?
I don't know, man. I think something's going on, and it was election year, so we got a new president now, so I think that could be main issue. But yeah, Lord knows, I have no clue.
Okay, well, speaking about weather, temperatures, and conditions, it's been pretty cold here at Texas Tech University. We have a few topics to cover regarding the school.
Texas Tech donor Cody Campbell sold his Double Eagle company, which is like an oil field company.
I think so.
Massive
oil
donor.
company.
He gave a lot of money to the South End Zone for renovations for the football season. He did just sell his company for $4.1 billion, meaning that Texas Tech is getting some money. So what are your thoughts on like NIL deals here at Texas Tech? I know there's what were you telling me earlier?
We have a girl, her name's Najari Kennedy, and she's paid $1 million for the year just to play. I don't know if it's like an outstanding contract where she has to play all 4 years, but like I know regarding that, like if she wanted to leave, they have to buy her out. They have to pay her regardless. Yeah. So, I mean, that's unheard of. I mean, I think the first like women's soccer transfer like of $1 million was recently too, like a week ago. And softball doesn't even have a pro league. So like I don't know how or where the plausibility to find those funds or give her those funds were coming from, but shit, if we got it, let's do it.
All I know is that Cody Campbell, right? Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
I know he's not our only donor for a fact.
No,
so there's got to be that money that's coming from somewhere else that we don't know about. And I'm sure it's none of our business to know where the money's coming from. But $1 million for softball players is kind of crazy to me. Baseball, softball, football, I mean, I get it. They're trying to become pros. But me, myself, I'm not a fan of the NIL rules that they have going on, especially here at Tech.
I think we're setting the NCAA standard for paying prospects, or specifically transfer prospects.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just forced to match at this point.
No, 100%, and I do believe that. But like I said, for softball, baseball, I mean, we're not a football school, essentially. We're not yet.
Just yet.
Not yet. But we've never been. It's our only really solid year and chance to go to the national championship. So I wouldn't say we're a baseball school or a softball school.
I'd call us a basketball school.
I'd call us a basketball school as well.
If we keep doing it.
So why don't we pour that money into our basketball program than our softball program?
It probably does get poured.
We just don't know about it.
This is all brand new, so we got to think about it like that.
Yeah, it is a few years in now.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years, I think. Yeah. So everyone is kind of trying to take advantage of it in their own way.
I will say, if I was a player, I'd be taking that money real quick.
Yeah.
So I
think we're one of the few schools that just pays everyone too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard is, each football player that's signed to the team gets $25,000 automatic.
On to more Texas Tech news. Ludwig or Aberg just won Aberg.
Bro can't even say his name.
Can't say his name right. Who watches golf, though? Am I right?
He is a stud golfer, though. I will say that.
Texas Tech alumni. I don't know. I think he only went here 1 year.
Correct.
So
one or two.
He is a threat when it comes to like Olympic level golf too. I know he was up there in the Olympics as well. But he won the Tiger Woods golf tournament. We'll put a little beep picture right there. I don't know if you watched it or if you even seen it on SportsCenter, but what do you think about that? Are we a golf school?
Man, I don't know about that, but I do believe he is a pretty damn good golfer. I know we have a great golf team as well as a women's golf. I know a couple of people in there as well. But I think he is making the school look really well, or really good. As a matter of fact, Pat Mahomes, Max McClung, is that his name?
Mac McClung.
Oh, Mac
you
McClung.
are right. He
Yeah,
won the dunk contest for the third time
Talk
in a
about
row.
a three-peat right there. It wasn't Pat Mahomes, but it was Mac, so we'll take it.
We had one or the other. I did see a stat that he makes more doing that dunk contest than he makes on
in
his
his G League.
G League two-way contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
I think that's a load of shit, but
I don't know how I feel about that because, I mean, he doesn't play a game. So, like, I understand them not paying
just throw him in the league already. He's a three-peat champ. I mean, he's making millions of dollars off that. Just come on, just throw him in, give him a chance.
Do you think, touching back on the golf, do you think that we paid the kid? Like, he's international talent. You think that we paid for him?
I think there had to be some. Well, I know it's been a couple years since he's came to our school. So, I mean, he's only been out of our school for 3 to 4 years now.
So, do you watch the Masters or anything like that? Do you watch any golf major?
This is all new to me. I do hit the range here and there with
Okay.
a bucket of beers, but
Okay.
I'm not too crazy on it.
I hate
My
golf.
swing and my form is terrible.
Golf is the most enraging sport ever.
So,
I used to go to golf camp when I was little, so I'm not very fond of golf. I don't.
no.
No, it's
Not
like
your
torture. It's
Yeah.
like torture to me.
Yeah, not my thing either. But,
No good.
all right, let's end this bitch.